Hey, my little beans, it's Blanco Bean here, and we are discussing Baddies West episode 7. Now, you might notice that I did not do a review over Baddies episode 6, and the reason why I didn't review it is because, one, a lot didn't even happen on that episode. Like, I didn't feel like there was anything for me to really talk about or to go over on the video. So I was like, you know what? I'll mix it with, the next episode because there's not that much. On episode 6, they went out, they, did their thing, they performed and whatnot. The only thing that I guess I can talk about for that one was the fact that, like, well, two parts. The first part is when Natalie confronted Sky about the whole Chris Sean thing, because Chris Sean left to go to see Blueface. And Natalie did not like that Chris Sean left, and it was Sky's responsibility to be watching over Chris Sean. And this is my opinion about this whole thing. It's I don't know. What do y'all think? I personally feel like it's just so like childish that Krishan needs a babysitter. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that that's on Sky, but like, Krishan, girl, really? You're to the point that you need a babysitter? Like, oh my, I don't know. It's just something where I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, why? That's something I haven't heard of or seen on TV, is a grown ass person needing someone to watch them, someone to control them or help them, or needing them to, like, with their behaviors, with their schedule. Like, it's like, yes, it's not an assistant, it's a babysitter. Like, it's literally they're watching over you as if like you were a grown ass child. Cause I don't know. What do y'all think? Like, I just feel like, Krishan, you, like, this is the thing that, like, I honestly will say 2 to 3 years, we're not going to be hearing about too much about Krishan anymore. Like, I'm literally giving that time, and I feel like I'm giving a lot of time, but in the next 2 or 3 years, like, Blueface and Krishan are not going to be, in the social medias as much. Like, they might have a few little, posts here and there, but not as frequent as it is today. Because I'm just thinking to myself, what businesses are going to want to work with Krishan? Like, you need a babysitter? We're going to have to hire a babysitter for you in order to be in our network, or to work with you, or to, produce music or anything like no. Like, that's too much. And people are already intimidated by Krishan. And so it's just, God, like, business wise, I'm not thinking, well, I mean, I'm not going to speak on business wise, because at the end of the day, I'm not rich, like, hey, you're the one making the money. So maybe you're doing everything right. But again, it's not longevity wise. It's not going to be something that's going to be long standing. I do think it's going to be short term. That's my personal opinion. But what do y'all think? And again, I'm not trying to hate. This is just something that I personally think, because it's like, we've seen already the Krishans and Blueface in the past. Like, the first ones that come into my head is Jocelyn and Stevie J from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. They were the first ones. And so it's and like, Jocelyn was able to create her own show, maybe make some, like, appearances here and there on other platforms, but like, music wise or anything at the status that she wants to be, like, we don't hear much from that. We don't really see much. The only thing we get more excited about is just her cabaret show on Zeus, which is great for her. You know what I'm saying? That's awesome. She made a success from that. Stevie, on the other hand, it's like, Stevie, where's he at? So it's the same thing with Blueface. Where is he going to be? Like, it's going to happen the same way as him. Like, Krishan might have her own show. That's a possibility. But on Zeus, because I don't think she would get into another platform. That's my personal opinion. But moving aside from that, the other part was when it came to, like, hold the confrontation between what was it? Stunna and Biggie. Like this is the thing I'm gonna say about this situation, because this is going to go over to, episode 7. Stunna and Biggie are both so immature. Like, I am sorry, like, y'all, like, I'm sorry if I'm insulting y'all's favorites, but this whole conversation was so mishandled. Like, I felt like Kat was told by production, hey, Kat, go tell Stunna that she needs to, make it up with Biggie so that we can move on before we head to Arizona or whatnot. And so, and I felt, and that, because, like, Kat just literally dropped off Stunna, like, and then was like, I'm gonna go drink, so y'all deal with this together, bye. And look what happened. They literally started insulting each other back and forth. And in that moment, I felt like they needed someone to be mediating this conversation. Yes, they are both two grown adults, but they don't have the communication skills to be able to converse with one another, to find a solution, and being able to be cordial. I don't even know if I said that right, but like neutral with one another, And so that's like, they needed that. They needed a mediator in that conversation to be able to say, okay, Biggie, you did this, and then Stunna, you did this. Let's see here. What if we did this? Like, are y'all cool with that? Is that something that will work out with both of y'all? And then done. And the thing is, though, is that what's not making sense to me is that didn't we already clear the air about their situation from, like, the whole house meeting they had beforehand? So I didn't understand, like, what, like, was like, shit talking happening in the back scenes? Like, was something happening where it was provoking both of them to want to fight one another? Like, I'm not understanding, because it's like, I felt like from that first conversation they had with one another in the in the meeting with the group, they were, okay, whatever, it is what it is, I do me, you do you, point blank, period. And then now it's like, oh, we really need to hash this out, because I'm just like, but for what? Like, I feel like it would have been fine if both of them just ignored each other. Why do they need to be, like, I don't know, like, singing together, kumbayaing together, like, being BFFs? Like, why? Like, is that what they wanted? Is that what people want from the house for them to do? Like, why can't they just be, like, ignore each other and that's it? Like, because I didn't see them even converse with one another after that, like, whole group conversation. So, and this is the thing too, is when it came to, like, the whole Stunna situation about, like, going and trying to, make amends with Biggie, I'm going to say this, like, because this, and I'm jumping way ahead of myself, because on episode 7, but, like, when it came to, like, when Razor was, like, confronting Stunna, about, like, hey, like, you should just forget about it, or y'all should, like, be cool with one another, or have a conversation, everything, like, you need to blah 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 blah, like, Stunna, you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to do this, you need to do that. I kept feeling to myself, like, Razor, shut up, because, please call me out, but didn't Stunna, wasn't she agreeing to want to having a conversation with Biggie about this? Now, yeah, she didn't, like, have the best approach, but didn't she agree with Kat to have this conversation with Biggie? Like, I felt like Biggie was the one more annoyed at the fact of having to have a conversation with Stunna, So it's like, I felt like Stunna did the first move by actually going and trying to have a conversation with Biggie. So she tried already. So why are people like Razor telling her to do something again? Like, she already did. Why is everyone's energy on Stunna? That's something that I really noticed, is everyone's energy is on Stunna. Stunna, you need to do this. You need to do that. You need to get over it. You need to... It's like, are y'all doing the same thing with Biggie? Like, are y'all asking her to talk to Stunna? Are y'all telling her to chill out? Are y'all telling her to get over it? Like, I'm not understanding. Like, why is everyone just all up in arms at Stunna? Am I not? Did I miss something? Like, please tell me if I missed something, because then I'll be like, okay, I did not see that. But that's just what I'm thinking. But I just think when it came to this the situation with Stunna and Biggie, like their arguments were so like, god damn y'all, like it was so childish. My pussy is better than yours. My pussy is better. You get no dick. Like what kind of insults are those? Is that really an insult to y'all? Women out there, if y'all are listening to this, is that insults with one? Like, are those insults? Is that supposed to make y'all cry or feel bad for yourselves? Like, imagine if a guy, like let's say I got into an argument with a guy and I started saying, well, you get no vagina and my dick is better than yours. My dick is better than yours. Yeah, but well, your dick sucks. My dick is better than your girl. Do you see how corny that sounds? Like that's literally what I kept hearing in my screen is about vaginas being better than one another. I'm like, what? What? Like these arguments were so like the comebacks were so high school. Like yeah, they had no roasts. They had no roast for each other. Like this shows you. This completely shows you that they have no beef. They have no actually they have beef, but they have no real reason for this beef. You know, they have no real reason. Like, oh God, it was just so humiliating. This was humiliating on both ends because even the fight was just pathetic. Both round or both actually it was technically 3 rounds, but like all rounds were just pathetic. You know, like there was barely anything. Like Biggie, you're telling Stunna can't fight? Like a girl, you were trying to go all WWE on Stunna, so it like come on now. Like this was just both humiliating on both of them. Like this was just embarrassing. But that was entertaining though. That was entertaining. But moving along from that, but then we get to, after that whole fight scene, they're all recapping and whatnot. Natalie talks to Stunna, yada yada yada. And then, we get to, now everyone's gonna go on to the trip to Arizona. So half of the group is going by plane, half of the group is going by bus. And the people on the bus, the only thing I want to mention about the whole bus scene was when they went into the store with the face masks and they said, and then the challenge was to steal the most expensive thing. Let's be honest, kiddos out there who are watching this show, it's obviously not real. I'm pretty sure production paid the store and they're like, hey, we're going to do this little joke about stealing. Here's, I don't know, $10,000. Is it cool? And they were like, yeah, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm pretty sure they already paid for the items or something like that. So, but it was cute, I guess. It was cute, but I'm just letting all the kids know out there who watch these shows, because I know there's teens out there who try to watch, these type of shows. This isn't real. Don't do this, okay? This is not reality. But let's see, what other things happened on this episode? The other thing was, I'm guessing it was the scene between Razor and Stunna. Again, going back, Razor telling Stunna, and I know Razor. I feel like I know Razor was trying to trying to how can I say this? Like, she's trying to get a connection or like relate. There we go. She's trying to relate with Stunna because Razor had her situation with Scotty and she was able to hash it out with Scott. So she's trying to do the same thing when it comes to Stunna. Like, hey, I've been through the same thing. Like, I want you to do the same thing too, like just getting over it and whatnot. But again, I keep thinking to myself, like, one, Biggie snuck Stunna. Like, let's not forget, she already Biggie put her hands on Stunna. If I was Stunna, this is starting something new, you know. So I don't blame Stunna for wanting to at least have one more round with Biggie, because I would have been pissed too. Like, you hit me right in my face while I was talking to production. Yeah, no, we need to have another round or something. Because those other two little rounds, they were pretty whack. But I don't know. I like that. I feel like that would have started something new with me. But when it comes down to it, like, I do think Razor should have not tried to enforce it too much on it. Like, yes, of course, share your idea, your your opinions and stuff like that. But at the same time, it's like, if the person is not going to, agree or take on your opinion or your advice, then there's no point of, to keep on talking. And the thing is that we've seen that Razor has, like, outbursts when she drinks. We have seen that, and I do think with Razor, like, I knew there was something. I liked Razor when I first saw her. I thought she very boss mentality, gorgeous, you know. But when it comes to alcohol, that's not her friend. I can tell alcohol is not her friend, and it's her crypto, It's her weakness. And that's the con when it comes to her, is that when she starts drinking, like, I don't know if she can stop drinking when she starts taking that one shot. Because I understand, I've been there, I've been in those shoes where it's like, once you take a shot, it's like, damn, I want to take more shots because I want to get in that drunk level. I like feeling that level, So I don't know if that's her situation as well with it, but because, alcohol with her, it might not be a good mix. So, that's just something to be, thinking about, Razor. I don't know. I doubt she would ever listen to this, but, that would be something to think about when it comes to your relationship with alcohol. But, they get into, apparently, like, I think Razor still is talking about it, and, gets into Stunna's face, and I think Stunna, like, mushed Razor, I believe. I couldn't really tell. It was really hard to tell what was happening in that plane. What was really freaky is from the episode 6, when we got, like, that whole little preview, I thought they were in the air at first, and Razor was having her outburst again. I was like, oh no, like, emergency landing. We're not having this up here in the air. You know how anxious I would have been if I was with someone who was having an outburst in an airplane? Oh, heck no. We're gonna have to grab some duct tape, because we're not having this in the air. But luckily they were actually on the ground already when this was happening. But yeah, it seems that, like, Razor and Stunna are gonna go at it. Coming into the next episode, I see that Tommy is going after Kat and Lo in the next episode. I don't remember what else is happening, but yeah, this episode was pretty entertaining. It was decent. Again, sorry that I didn't make a review on episode 6. Episode 6, there was not much, but episode 7, I think there was much more content to go over a little bit more about. But yeah, I hope y'all like this review. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see y'all next time, my little beans. Peace.